Hi, I'm David Campervanman. Welcome to my channel. You'll have seen on my channel I do various how-to guides. Today I am doing some maintenance on this 2010 Volkswagen Polo, which I look after for a lady. I actually imported it for her from Japan. Don't worry about that, that's not a grey import. It's absolutely the same as any other UK car, it's just the dash reads in kilometres an hour. That's not relevant to the oil change though. So let's show you how to get going on this oil change. I've prepped it by taking the wheels off and putting it on axle stands. I've also undone the sump protection tray, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 T25 screws to take it off. I've got my oil catch tray, I've got my oil filter wrench, I've got a 19mm spanner, and that's my tool to take the T25 Torxes off. So the oil is nice and warm because the engine's not been long since it's been running. A couple of things before we start to take the oil out is I'm going to show you around the driver's side. So a couple of things I do when I'm changing the oil, very important. Stick a no oil sign on, take the keys out, put them well away from the vehicle. Don't worry, I didn't throw them, but you get the idea, because you don't want anyone starting the engine with no oil in it. So we're going to move this key well away from the car. Okay, so I have a 19mm spanner here. I've also got an oil catch tray. Also I've got a nice big piece of cardboard on the ground so that when the oil comes out, if there are any splashes from the old oil, that goes on the cardboard and not the road. That's more likely to happen if it's windy. So I am unscrewing that sump plug and I'm holding it on with my fingers. Notice I've got gloves on as well, and see how the thread jumps now? So I kind of get myself out of the way, and then boom, and the oil, it should be about, I don't know, 4 litres or so in there. And apparently you're supposed to change that sump plug every second oil change, but I've used it again and it's always been good, so I don't see any issues with reusing that. So we just leave that oil to drain there for long enough actually. I mean, the more old oil you get out, the better. And then we will turn our attention to the oil filter on the top. Okay, so the oil filter's on the top of the engine. I've put some blue roll there, it's like kitchen roll, and I am going to, I don't always use this tool, it's an oil filter wrench, but this is quite an easily accessible tool. So we just grip the strap round it and then push the oil filter off. It might dent it slightly, but oil filter's done its job and we don't need to keep it. So because we've dumped the engine oil already, that shouldn't be full of oil. There we are. Okay, I have the new oil filter. I have checked the part number, it's correct, and all I've done is smeared a little fresh oil on the seal, and I can put, now my hands are covered in oil because I did fill the oil filter up a little bit with some oil, and it kind of, I put a bit too much on it and it spilled out. However, my friend Blue Roll will get me out of that little pickle. And all we want to do here, aside from being clean and tidy, is just make sure the oil filter is tight enough but not too tight. So just hand tight there. And that is the new oil filter on, and we can go back now to see that all the old oil has come out of the sump plug. Alright, so the oil has been dripping for all the time that we've been taking the oil filter off and doing all our other jobs. So 5-10 minutes max. All I need to do is put the sump plug back in. I have checked the sump plug washer, it's not flattened, damaged, scored, anything like that, so it is good to use again. Like I say, I have used them before, reused them. So tighten it tight enough that it makes a good seal, but not too tight that you break anything or cross thread anything. You shouldn't have to, you shouldn't find that thread tight in any way. If it's tight, somebody's cross-threaded it in the past, but this is good. So we are now ready to put our oil in. Okay, so now that we've got our fresh oil filter on and our sump plug on, we can now put the oil into the engine. Okay, so this is litres 3 and 4 of 4 because we are filming for a short video too. So if you're interested in watching the short video of this, see the link in the description. So yes, it's Quantum 530 long life oil, 3.9 to 4 litres is the capacity on this. So we will put nearly the full 4 litres in, you see, and then you can check it on the dipstick. You'll see I've got some blue paper here just to make sure if I've got any spills it doesn't go everywhere. So I always clean it, then dip it. Car is on the level, so that is over the mark, but we haven't run the engine yet. Yeah, it's actually just right at the top, so we can put the oil cap on and start the engine. Okay, now that oil's in the engine, we can confidently start it, and what we need to do here is make sure the oil can light goes out. Okay, that's gone out already before I've even started the engine. And you start the engine, and all you want is to let the new oil go right round the engine. Give it 10-15 seconds or so, reassuring that there are no clattering noises. And we can lose our no oil sign now and give it half a minute or so, and then we can check the dipstick. So once you have let the oil settle again, you can dip the dipstick again. I always clean it first time, and you're looking for the oil to be right at the top of the hatchings, which this is, so we're good. That is the oil change finished on the Polo 1.2 TSI. Okay, I hope you found that oil change tutorial useful for this Volkswagen Polo 1.2 TSI. If you'd like to see the short, have a look in the description for the link, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.